What is going on, everybody? So in this video I'm going to be showing you the best Valorant settings for the best possible frame rates and the least possible input lag and the most consistent gameplay possible. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All you want to do is just launch your game. Alright everybody, so once it's fully launched, all you want to do is just go to the gear icon on the top right, click settings, and then the first few things are going to be honestly personal preference, but it honestly depends on what PC you have. So we're going to scroll down towards other, and then show corpses and show blood. You want to set these two off. However, if you want these for whatever reason, you can keep them on, but on lower end PCs these do make a slight difference. Then we're going to scroll up, and then beta raw input buffer. If you have a 4000 hertz polling rate mouse, set this to on, or if you have one that's above, set this to on. But you can also test this out with just normal mice that are like 1000 hertz. So test on versus off and see which one you like better. But honestly, from my testing, there was actually no difference on my Razer Viper Mini, but some people said they actually found a difference with this. It could be placebo, but it's worth a try. Then we're going to go to video. We're going to make sure we're in full screen, not windowed. Make sure we're in full screen. Windowed is going to have less performance. Same thing with windowed full screen. And then limit FPS on battery, set this to off. Limit FPS in menu, set this to off. Limit FPS in background, set this to off. Limit FPS always on. And then our max FPS always, we're going to set this to our refresh rate or a multiple of our refresh rate. So what a multiple of refresh rate, what I mean by this is if you have a 60 hertz monitor, you're obviously going to be able to get way more FPS than 60. So in that case, you could cap at 120, at 180, or even 240. But if you're on 240 hertz and you're getting 480 FPS completely stable, cap at 480. In my case, I have a 144 hertz monitor and I get about 288 stable all around the game. So I'm able to cap it at 288 and it'll still look consistent and smooth on my monitor because it's a multiple of my refresh rate. This goes for the same thing for 360 hertz monitors, 165, 75 hertz, and all of those. But you get the idea. Keep this limit FPS with always on. That's just because there's less fluctuation of frame rates, and in that case you'll probably get lower latency just because it's way more consistent. And on unlimited FPS, you're most likely to have way more frequent, just random drops. So on is better. Cap at a refresh rate or a multiple of that. Then we're going to go to graphics quality, and then everything here we're just going to set to low or off. Material quality low, texture quality low, detail quality low, UI quality low. These two off. Make sure VSync is also off. Anti-aliasing none. Dystropic filtering 1x, and then everything under there just set to off. Then we're going to go to stats, and then client FPS. Make sure this is set to text only so we can see our FPS in game. Server tick rate, set this to text only so we can see our ping in game. And then you can enable these input latency, but these honestly, it's not really input lag. You can't really measure input lag with software or in-game settings. So this is just obviously just explains it. It's render latency or things of that nature. Then we're gonna go to audio. Make sure enable HRTF is set to off. This is gonna use way more resources than needed, and you just don't need to have this checked. And that's pretty much it for the in-game settings. Now we're gonna move on to other tweaks we could do to enhance our gameplay for Valorant. Alright everyone, so once you have the game just minimized, we could open up our task manager. We could find Valorant right here. You want to expand Valorant and click Valorant right here. Right click on it, click open file location, and then it's going to open up the Valorant 164 shipping.exe. We're going to right click on this. We're going to click properties and go to compatibility and check disable full screen optimizations. Then we're going to press apply, and then we're going to press OK. So for Valorant, you don't have to do the full screen exclusive trick that I've showed in my previous video for Fortnite settings or one of my first few videos that I've made on this YouTube channel. You don't have to do that trick. For Valorant, it should just be in full screen exclusive after you've checked that disable full screen optimizations box in properties. Now a lot of people are going to be like, why are we doing the exe in here? So a lot of YouTube videos show the exe right here, which I don't think it does apply the disable full screen optimizations to the game, but it's just better to do the straight exe, that's the actual game, instead of the launcher, which is what this is. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you want a full PC optimization service where I increase your FPS, lower your input lag, and just make a night and day difference with your gameplay, book an optimization in the link below, zilly.as.me, and then I'll do everything for you all the way from BIOS settings to Windows settings and in-game settings. And I've worked with the top pros in most games, so if you want that, book with the link in description. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you.